Hi dear students, welcome. In the last session, we all discussed about the what? Kirchhoff's laws. Kirchhoff first law and Kirchhoff second law. Okay. So now the last concept in this third lesson that is most important for a examination section means they will ask for a 5 marks. What it is? So we'll discuss. So before that, we in the last we discussed only about the Kirchhoff laws, first and second. Okay. So using that two laws, we have to expression for a further part. So that is none other than that is a Wheatstone bridge. What? Wheatstone bridge is the name of a scientist Charles Wheatstone. It is also famous physicist. Okay. So in this class, we all discussed about a Wheatstone bridge. They will ask for Wheatstone bridge. That is the question is derive an expression for balancing condition for Wheatstone network or Wheatstone bridge. Okay, this is most important for a 5 marks question. Okay, in this Wheatstone bridge, they will also ask for 1 marks question. That is, what is the condition for a balancing Wheatstone bridge? I will explain in a next. Okay. So come to the point. So Wheatstone bridge is the thing, but what? What is the meaning of this Wheatstone bridge? So it's a simple Wheatstone bridge. It consists of 4 registers. It in the form of a bridge. And it is used for measuring one unknown register in terms of 3 known register. Here we using 4 registers. Apart from means in the 4 registers there are 2 registers are very strong and another 2 registers of one register is a variable and another one is the register is a don't know. Means we have to find the unknown register. Okay. So this is the Wheatstone bridge concept. So just I told a definition. Okay, let us come to the construction and working of a Wheatstone bridge. Okay. So here the arrangement of a Wheatstone bridge or network. Bridge or network both are same. So here we connected 4 registers P, Q, R, S. P, Q, R, S are the 4 registers connected in the points A, B, C, D. Connected between the points A, B, C, D in the form of a quadrilateral. Or like a bridge. Okay. So in this Wheatstone network, we have to connect the galvanometer to the point B and D. The galvanometer also connected between the points B and D. This is a G, galvanometer. Galvanometer means what? It shows the current in the network. Okay. So and here we use the cell, EMF of cell. It is connected to the across the ends of A and C. Okay. So this is the arrangement. Okay. Now let us go to the next part. That is here where we apply means we connect the cell. Means in the cell the current comes from a positive terminal, ends to the negative terminal. Okay, there is an I to the network. So what will happen? We'll see. Okay, so here at the point A means when the current comes from this end, positive terminal, the current is entering the node, entering the point A. So it is go through this branch and also this branch. This current is we tell it as a I1, and in this branch also current will flow. This is called I2. Okay, and again this current will flow, enter to the point B. Again in this point B the current will enter to the galvanometer. This current is, we tell it as a Ig. This is I1, this is I2, this is Ig, galvanometer current. Okay. So and at the point, enter the point current B, and also this, in this current will goes to the B to C. This current will tell it as a I3. Okay. And again, when the point A leave the current to the point D, means this A leave the current to the point D. When enter the current to the point D, it will leave the current to the C. Okay, this is current will be tell it as a I4. Here total the currents come from the cell, the positive terminal. It will enter the point A, means a node. This point A, the current will divide it, okay, to the this branch and this branch. And again the current come to the point B. In this point current will divide it to the Ig, means galvanometer current, and to the B to C. And again this current will enter to the point D, and point D to the leave the current, that is I4, D to C. Okay. So now we have to apply a current Kirchhoff voltage law to the network. So what will happen? So now apply Kirchhoff voltage law, KVL, to the loop, first loop, to the first loop. What we have to take the first loop or first mesh in the network, that is A, B, D, A. What? That is a B, D, A. This is a, we have to take a one loop, means closed path, A, B, D, A. Okay. So in this loop, when we apply Kirchhoff voltage law, what will happen? So already told in the Kirchhoff second law. So using that concept, similarly that is, okay. So here we have just taken this loop A, B, D, A. So Kirchhoff voltage law, what it indicates? It states that the sum of algebraic potential around the loop across the resistor and the cell is equal to be 0. That's why we take it as a apply to this mesh. Okay. So what will happen? Here the current entering this node, the current will move through this branch and also this branch, but the current direction will be A, B, D, A. We have to check the current direction in this loop. That is what? Clockwise. A, B, D, A. This is a clockwise direction. Okay. So we have to must and should calculate the direction of a current. What is the direction of a current in this loop? Okay. We have to just take the first loop A, B, D, A. The direction is a clockwise direction. Okay. So now the current passing to this branch. So that is current in this branch, that is a I1, and resistor in this branch is what? P. Okay. So we'll write it as a I1P. I1 is the current and P is the resistor. But this value is positive or negative. This I1P value is a positive or negative, that is a negative. Why? Because the current direction is say passing through the direction of a traverse. Here the main thing, that is traverse. T-R-A-V-E-R-S-E, traverse. Traverse means the direction in which the mesh, means the loop have been selected. So ಈ ಒಂದು loop ಅಲ್ಲಿ so direction of the current ಒಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. Direction of the current is anti-clockwise. That technically we tell it as a traverse. So ಆ direction ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು direction ಸೇಮ್ ಬಂತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ವೈಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನಾವು ಟ್ರಾವರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ಟ್ರಾವರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೋತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಸಪೋಸ್ ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಕರೆಂಟ್, this is the direction of a current is opposite to the direction of a traverse, then this will take it as a positive. Okay, so that's why we take it as a minus I1P. So just observe this. This is I1P. Current in this branch is I1 and the resistor is a P. But the direction that is a clockwise. Okay, the clockwise same it as a direction of a current. ಎರಡು ಸೇಮ್ ಇದಾವೆ. So ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಮೈನಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ವಿ. ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್. So it is the main point. Okay, next entering the point B and leaving the point B. So what it is? B to D, that is a IG. Okay, IG, the galvanometer G. This is minus IG. Minus IG. Okay, so minus, why I write a minus? This is also direction of a traverse to the direction of a current. So ಇದೇ clockwise direction ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವು minus IGG ಅಂತ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೇವೆ. Okay, so IG means what? Galvanometer current. So G is a galvanometer. So next B to D. Okay, clear? Then next D to A. So what are the conditions are applied? So what are the equipments are there? There is a one resistor. Okay, D to A. So current in this branch is a what? I2, and the resistance is what? Resistor is what? R. But here the main thing is I2 R. Current in this branch is I2 and the resistor that is a R. But I will write here the side that is positive. Why? Because the current, the direction is opposite to the transfer. This loop, the current direction will be clockwise. But in this branch, the current will comes from A to D. Means this is opposite to the traverse. Okay. So here, just observe. This branch, the current will flow from A to B. But this branch, current flow from A to D. This is opposite to this branch. Okay. That's why we take it as a positive I to R. Okay. Clear? This is equal to 0. This is equal to 0. Just observe the diagram. This is equation number 1. Okay. Just we calculate current and the resistance in the first loop. So now we have to calculate the current and resistor and EMF of a cell to this loop. Means apply Kirchhoff voltage law to the second loop. Second loop is what it is? B, C, D, B. Where we start? So again into the same point. B, C, D, B. This is one loop. Okay. Up to this we have also completed a one loop. So now we have to apply BCDB loop, means applying Kirchhoff voltage law to the second loop BCDB. So what will happen? So that is in the BCDB, the current is in this branch B to C. In this branch the current is what? I3. Resistor of this conductor is what? Q. So in this branch, in this loop, the current direction is arbitrary. So is this clockwise or anti-clockwise? So this current is also, we take it as this loop BCDB. This is also like what? Clockwise direction. This is also clockwise. Okay. So BCDB. So in the BC branch, the current is like in this branch I3 and resistor is a Q. So that is the minus I3Q. So next, C to D. The current direction is a D to C. So opposite to the traverse. So current in this branch C to D, that is a I4 and the resistor is a S. So but this is the plus I4 S. Okay. So next is a D to B. branch, but current in the D to D, that is opposite to the traverse, that is Ig plus G, that is what? Plus Ig G. Okay, don't confuse. This is the direction of a traverse. It is minus I3 C, minus I3 Q. The next is it is opposite to the traverse, that is I4 S, and this is also opposite to the traverse, that is Ig G equal to 0. This is equation number 2. Okay, clear? The first and second equation is main thing. This is the first loop and this is the second loop. Just up to this we are also apply a Kirchhoff voltage law to these loops. Okay. So at this stage, when we apply Kirchhoff voltage law to these two loops, so what will happen? So suppose we adjust this resistor, means we have to variable to this R resistor. So that time, now ಈ ಒಂದು part resistor ನಾವು adjust ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, this is a variable resistor. ನಾವು correct ನಾವು variable ಅದನ್ನ adjust ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, that time B and D, at the points B and D, the potential difference will be equal. When we adjust this resistor, the point B and D if the potential difference is equal, then that time no current flow through the galvanometer. No current flow through the galvanometer. Hence the current in the galvanometer is equal to 0. Okay, ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾವು ಈ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟರ್ ನ ನಾವು ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದಾಗ ಗ್ಯಾಲ್ವನೋಮೀಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಗ್ಯಾಲ್ವನೋಮೀಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Then that we write it as a galvanometer through the current will be equal to 0. What? The galvanometer means in the balanced, in this case, the balanced Wheatstone bridge. In this case, balanced Wheatstone bridge will be no current through the galvanometer G. Then Ig equal to 0. This is the most important point. They will ask for 1 mark. What is the condition for a balanced Wheatstone network? That is when the no current through the galvanometer, then that time total Wheatstone bridge will be balanced. Okay. So we have to use the first and second equation. In this IgG will be 0. Ig is 0, total this term is 0. Then this minus I1P comes equal after that. That is I1P equal to I2R. This is equation number 3. So using this term and this term. Okay, don't confuse. This minus I1P comes equal to upon, that is plus I1P. Okay, and equal to I2R. Similarly, this term will be 0 because Ig will be 0. And using this equation, I3Q, this minus I3Q will comes equal upon, that is plus I3Q equal to, as we said, I4. Yes, this is equation number 4. Okay. So now dividing last equation, dividing equation 3 with equation 4 is given by, that is P by Q equal to R by S. P by Q equal to R by S. But here the main thing is, what about I1, I2, I3, I4? They will be constant. Means this current will distribute the same as I1 and I2. This point will be I3 and I4. Those are same. Okay, that's why remaining P by Q equal to R by S. This is the Wheatstone bridge, Wheatstone network equation. Okay, so please practice one or more times This is most important for an examination point of view. They will ask for 5 marks. Okay? Thank you.